Lovely to have you here. Who was your inspiration for Micah? Where did you sort of find that character?
It's a good question. I've been asked that a couple times, and I do not have a very clear answer. Meaning, I didn't draw specifically from any particular source. So when I came into to do the character, I didn't know how far Micah was going to go, that he was going to end up doing what he eventually does. So I was given a little bit of information at a time. So I just let my brain go like that and just made some choices. And the director was like, yeah, those seem to be working. So just the twisted parts of my brain is where I went into to come up with the character.
Working on Red Dead Redemption 2, what were your expectations of playing Micah Bell? And how well do you think his character fit in with the Red Dead series?
Well, my expectations going in, I had very few expectations, because at first, with the beginning of the job, I had no idea the extent of the game, the scope of the game, and it was only after, as the weeks went on and then the months went on working on it, and we realized, oh my God, this is like a big thing that's happening here, much bigger than we thought. And of course, I knew right off the bat that Micah was not all okay up in his head. And that as the months and then years went on, it became clear that what his role was eventually going to be. But that kind of unfolded as we went along. So in a way, it was a bit of an organic process. So yeah, does that answer the question? Yeah. Did I answer it? Okay.
Again, brilliant to have you with us.
Thank you.
I guess two questions. The first one is the big one, which is, why do you think that Red Dead is both the gaming and the pop culture phenomenon that it so clearly is? And the second part of that, obviously, we've recently had the exciting confirmation that the franchise is going to continue. CEO of Take-Two has confirmed we're definitely getting more in that world. Do you have particular excitement, particular hopes for where the rest of the series may take us?
Well, to answer the first part regarding why I think Red Dead became as popular as it is in today's culture, and why people latched onto it, it's a good question. Obviously, Rockstar puts a lot of time and effort and detail into the stuff that they come out with, and so a lot of it is because this is a game unlike, as far as I'm concerned, any other game in that realm. The vastness of it, the open world, the fact that the actions that you may take may have consequences down the line that you don't even realize until later. And I think, and especially during lockdown time, I would hear this from fans, that it became a genuine way of escaping, of basically getting out of the house when you couldn't otherwise, and you could feel like you have this other life, and it wasn't just about killing people. You could just ride your horse around the mountains and go peacefully fishing and hunting, and people would do that for hours and hours, and get enjoyment out of that. Regarding the second part, I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. So yeah, I wish I could answer more of that question or answer it at all, but I don't know.
I guess you don't know what's going to happen, but is there things that you'd like to see? Are there things that, having been part of that world, is there parts of it you think could be explored more in terms of the characters or just the general setting?
I think that there could always be more to explore in that world, because it's so vast, and it's such a great environment, and they created such a phenomenal setting and spend so much time on it. It would be great to be able to spend more time in that world, or even an expanded version of it. So I'd play it. That's the best I could give you, I think. Yeah.
You mentioned on stage yesterday and just now that you have you don't get like all the script. You don't even necessarily know where the story is going either. How difficult is that as an actor to approach, where you've kind of been given this sort of character, but you've got no idea where any of it's going?
Right. Well, we would get just enough to certainly work on, to be able to understand the scene we're doing. As far as the far-reaching effects of that, or where it may lead way further down in the game, we might not know that. But I feel like we were also given maybe some information about where something may lead to down the line, although we may not have seen the script directly. But they would give us enough to give us a path. And then what was required of us often was to basically roll with it, make choices as actors, come up with our justifications and reasons for doing what we're doing, and then counting on Rockstar and the director to say, maybe you feel this way about something. Maybe you want to move in this direction. We go, okay, and do that. That's good. That's going to work.
Yeah.
And then we would do that until it made sense. So there you go.
Yeah.
We know about Roger and Rob's emotional experiences on set with acting with their relevant characters, but did you also find it emotional playing Micah Bell with him being the storyline's antagonist?
Probably very different than their answers. For me, I had a lot of fun playing Micah, because it's fun to be, an asshole and not really get any consequences. It's not fun to be an asshole in real life, but to do a pretend one, it was great fun. And, and it did become quite intense, especially towards the end. And of course, the final scene with Arthur and Micah. I think physically it took a lot out of me. Emotionally, though, it was in a way a wonderful little escape into a messed up part of my own head. And then at the end of the day, it's gone. It's done. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.